Hey guys, welcome. Let's have a conversation about what's up this week. This week being Monday, the 10th of May through Sunday, the 16th of May, 2021. So we are starting this week with Venus having moved into Gemini, Mars squaring Chiron, right? And a Taurus moon. So on Monday, Mercury conjuncts the North Node at 10 Gemini and sextiles Chiron. So Mercury, of course, is all about communication, right? How we speak, communicate, write, right? Interpretive dance, I mean, you name it, how you're getting your thoughts across in the real world is what Mercury is all about. So conjunct the North Node, right? The North Node is fate, it's destiny, it's mission, it's purpose. And so you may feel very clear in your speech, right? Gemini, of course, also deals with possibility, right? Every possibility being in play, being witnessed, being analyzed. Mercury is also sextiling Chiron, right? So that is about health, healing, wounds. Either you will be speaking from your healing, or you will be speaking from your unhealed state, right? So this is about what is it exactly that you're calling into creation? From where are you drawing your communications? And with that moon in Taurus, right, this is about how you feel resourced, right? On Tuesday, we have a new moon. The new moon is at 21 Taurus. It happens about 2 o'clock Central Time. It is sextiling a Pisces Neptune, and there are a lot of Saturn aspects to this new moon. I will make a separate new moon video discussing that. But the key here is, again, what are you building from? Right? There is a little bit of Jenga going on here. If you are creating from those places where you're unhealed at this new moon, you may run into some construction problems on down the road, right? Where you find your foundations are lacking. So be very clear in what your values are, what you are valuing at this new moon, at this Taurus new moon, right? Especially as it's sextiling Neptune, right? You need to be really clear on your unconscious programming, on your unconscious wounds, right? You need to be really feeling into those triggers as you write your intentions. On Wednesday, the 12th, Mercury trines Saturn. Again, we're talking about communication, and we're talking about how you are creating, right? Saturn is about rules, boundaries, restrictions, right? What are your rules? What are your boundaries? What are your restrictions? Do you know what they are? Or do you simply know the top layer? Because if you don't know the top layer, or if you only know the top layer, then there is a small problem, right? Because there's more to that. Creation is, it's not just about, I think, therefore I am, right? It's not even about, I speak, therefore I am, Mercury trine Saturn. It is about, I feel, therefore I am, right? The moon is conjunct Venus in Gemini. All of those possibilities, all of those ways to feel, all of those things in terms of harmony and justice and love and beauty. I feel, therefore I am, is your point of creation. On Thursday, the Sun sextiles Neptune and Jupiter moves into Pisces. The moon is also conjunct the North Node. Jupiter is at 29 degrees. It's a big old day on Thursday. It's about expanding through your unconscious, right? And not getting caught up in fantasies or what you believe you believe. Did you hear me? Not getting caught up in what you believe you believe. This is your unconscious point of creation. This is I feel, therefore I am. And are you conjuring things that you're going to be unable to banish in the top layers, in the I thinks, in the I speaks? You are being asked to dig deeper. On Friday, Mars is in conjunct Saturn and Pluto is in conjunct the moon. So there are a lot of trines to support that, right? So this is about how are you going to step forward. The moon is moving into Cancer, right? So this is about closing your eyes and feeling your way forward. The moon is trining that very, very newly minted in Pisces Jupiter. And feeling your way is the way, right? On Saturday, Mars is in conjunct Saturn, and Mars is also conjunct the moon and squaring Chiron, right? This is like that remix. Like, where are you building from? Are you reclaiming your materials? Are you getting new materials? Are you building from your hurting, or are you building from your healing? That's a very important question. And on Sunday, the sun trines Pluto. So this is who you are as who you are transformed, right? And you're all of those things, right? You're not simply the being that you are in any given moment. You are all the things underneath. You're all of the layers, right? This is kind of an odyssey sort of week of discovery and self-discovery and real, the need to be kind of a soul spelunker, right? And to really dive into those depths, whether or not your the little spotlight on your head, your headlamp, is working or not. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if that headlamp is on or if it's off. You still have to dive. You still have to get to the bottom of the things. And once you get to the bottom, you have to be willing to feel your way through it, because looking isn't going to get it done, right? It doesn't matter what things look like. It only matters the way they feel, right? This is not tactile. This is proprioception. This is how you are. Sonar almost, right? Like sonaring your environment. You're going to have to feel in. You're going to have to really do some serious echolocation with all of these big, you know, Jupiter in Pisces and all of these big Sun and Neptune transits, and Neptune and the unconscious, and, you know, Neptune sextiling this new moon. You're going to have to dive in. Whether you believe you can breathe underwater or not, you're going to have to find a way, make a way, feel a way, right? Yeah, so this week is all about really Mars and Chiron and Neptune, Jupiter. And it's that, you know, as Jupiter moves into Pisces, we'll talk more about it, but it's definitely about, yeah, it's definitely about creating within the framework of fantasy, but also like using your heart X-ray vision, right, to see through. All right, let's eyeball. So on Monday, we've got the Knight of Pentacles and the King of Wands. So we know that the Knight of Pentacles moves slowly but surely, right? And the King of Wands is all about impulse. It's all about the juice. He's all about the depth of feeling, of moving with passion and moving with inspired purpose, right? So this is about what are you calling into creation? Where are you creating from? And if you know your why, then there's no journey that you can't withstand, right? There's no power that you can't withstand. So we have Mercury conjunct the North Node, right? We're always moving, and then sextiling Chiron. So this is about what are you moving toward and why? Why are you moving toward it, right? That moon is in Taurus. Your movement is constant. You have eternal stamina. As long as you know why you're going, you can withstand it, right? On Tuesday, we have that new moon in Taurus. So we've got the Page of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles, right? So the Page of Pentacles is about resources, right? This is about our resources. Pentacles, always earth energy, tangible or intangible. These are beautiful for that new moon energy. So the page is about messaging, right? It's about finding new ways or different ways to feel into your resourcedness, right? Again, in your pocket, in your bank account, in your heart, in your soul, you have to feel your resource in order to be able to utilize it. And the Six of Pentacles, that's the minor correlation to the Justice card, right? So the Six of Pentacles is about generosity. It's about knowing where your resources lie and knowing that you have endless resources and that you're able to give away because you have so much, right? This might be that new awareness dawning, right? We're talking about Uranus sextiling Mars and Chiron squaring Mars. If you believe that you're stuck, then you're stuck. And with Neptune being there, right, the big questions are, what comes next, right? New moon, always asking what comes next. Well, you know what comes next, and you have the resources to make that happen as long as you're in alignment. We have the Six of Wands and the Eight of Wands on Wednesday, right? This is the day that Mercury trines Saturn, and the moon is conjunct Venus, right? This is I feel, therefore I am, okay? So we're talking all about wand energy here. This is all about fire. This is all about how you feel. This is all about how you're inspired. This is all about what gets your feet on the floor, what motivates you, what makes you want to move through the world. So we have victory and rapid movement. Again, we've got the moon conjunct Venus. I feel. Wands, feeling. I feel, therefore I am, right? In all of the ways that you're creating your own centeredness and groundedness, this is how you put that in action, right? That's how you move through life. I feel, therefore I am. Thursday, remember we talked about this as being that day of the sun sextiling Neptune and Jupiter moving into Pisces. So this is that day where we kind of butt up against what are we conjuring? Where is our unconscious drawing us, right? How are we going to expand through our unconscious mind? Well, we've got the Hanged Man, which is about suspension, reserving kind of judgment. And then the Seven of Pentacles, right after all these pentacles early in the week, about knowing that what you plant is going to come to fruition, right? This is about having experimented and having sown your seeds, right? We're talking about sowing seeds and planting, right? And having all of these other pentacle energies, all of these other wand energies, right? And this is about knowing and being willing to wait for what you know is coming, because it's coming, right? It's coming. This is about being patient and not getting caught up in the fantasy, in what you believe, right? In the what you think. This is about knowing that you're trusting what you feel. Friday, we've got Mars in conjunct Saturn, Pluto in conjunct the moon. This is about that kind of feeling your way day, right? So we have a Two of Wands and a Four of Wands. I mean, hey, we've got a lot of action this week. We got a lot of big It's a juicy kind of week, y'all, if you want to play it that way. The moon moves into Cancer, right? So we're deep in our feels anyway. And then trines Jupiter, both of them newly minted in these water signs. And, you know, we haven't seen any water yet this week here. So we've got the Two of Wands, which is about making those big choices, aligning to what your heart's desire is. And this is reaping the benefits from your heart's desire, right? The Four of Wands is that card of celebration, that card of happy home, happy life, of having moved forward through, you know, those concepts of perhaps being out of alignment or not making those proper choices, and then moving into this new, right, this other side of the archway. The Four of Wands is also sometimes that card of divine union, right? It's the 1111 card. And these are really super mirroring one another here. So pay attention to what the universe is telling you. Yeah. On Friday, Mars in conjunct Saturn, you know, you're being offered a way to move forward. Pluto in conjunct the moon, you're being offered a new way to feel. And the moon is, again, like I said, trining Jupiter, right? This is about stepping forward, closing your eyes and knowing that you can feel your way through. And that it's leading you to that right place, right? We see this all through this week, right? We're being led, right? Our progress is slow, perhaps, but sure. Saturday, Mars in conjunct Saturn, also conjunct the moon and squaring Chiron, right? So this again is kind of our building materials day, right? We have this whole concept this week of being perhaps a little veiled, a little unsure of what we're digging up, right? And so Mars in conjunct Saturn is really going to ask us, what you doing, right? What you doing? And so we know that the Fool is a card of faith, right? And this is a week of motion. We've got this element of fantasy here in our whole week. Jupiter moving into Pisces, the Sun conjunct Neptune. It's everywhere. So in so much as you may have many choices, many things in front of you, right? You might be caught up in the notion of overwhelming choice, right? The moon conjunct Mars, square Chiron. What am I looking at? What am I choosing? How do I choose? How do I choose how to move forward? Mars in conjunct Saturn, you choose from faith, right? That's the only way you move forward. You move forward because your hard-won victory is in your faith, right? Two of Wands is about making the higher choice. Four of Wands is reaping the benefits of those choices. You know, it's about knowing that those things that we have chosen in our heart, no matter how long they took to get there, right, are the right choices. And that the fool's journey we make now, knowing exactly what we need, right? That Taurus new moon is about knowing exactly what you need. What is the reevaluation of your values? What do you actually require? Well, in a journey of faith, you require nothing but faith. It's that simple. And where do you end up? In the right place. And then on Sunday, we have the Sun trining Pluto. So who you are as your transformed self, right? And the thing is, yes, you are that transformed self. The Eight of Swords and the Queen of Swords. So the Eight of Swords is about being imprisoned by your own beliefs, by your own ideas, by your own mind, right? And we have seen that throughout this week over and over again, where when the moon goes into Gemini, right? And then Mercury conjunct the North Node and Chiron in Gemini, right? All of those Gemini air placements are about, what do you really feel? What do you really think, right? This is, I think, therefore I am. No, we learned that. We learned that up here, right? This is, I feel, therefore I am. I feel, therefore I am. What's keeping you from reaping this reward? Well, guess what? Your belief in the fact that there's just too many options. But once you step foot on that path, you come out of this. She's not imprisoned. She could walk away from that at any point in time. What does the Queen of Swords do? She comes in with her sword of discernment, right? She is the full embodiment of the expression of those ideas. And when you're expressing an idea, instead of entertaining an idea, you can simply only act on it, Mars in conjunct Saturn, right? And when the Sun trines Pluto, who you are as your transformed self becomes all of yourselves, right? This odyssey of this week, it's there's a lot of opportunity in it. So if you choose to step into that energy of choosing from your felt self instead of your thought-created self, right? We do live in this world of rationalization. We live in this world of I think, therefore I am, right? And well, you know, I mean, Descartes had a point, but he didn't have the only point. So, I mean, I guess if that's the life you want to live, I think, therefore I am, then great. Think and be. But if you want to make the deeper choices, right, those felt sense choices, mercy, that faith journey choice that gets you here to this place where you feel like you got there, instead of, oh, I think I got there. There's a big difference in those two statements. I think I got there. I feel like I got there, right? This is what it takes. That fool's journey. Just stepping off the cliff with your dog and your bag, knowing that the universe has your back. That's how your victory comes in, right? Knowing that everything you have is, yeah, well, guess what? Could do that one again, could we? So, that's awesome. So we know butterflies are all about transformation, right? And that's what's happening this week as we go through all of these stages and phases of various cocoon selves, right? Our green goo musings as we sit in our chrysalis, just waiting, trusting for what comes next, for how we get to the splendor of this energy, right? This divinely guided energy, simply by trusting our own decision to cut away everything else and dig into our feelings. Isn't it funny that we have to think about how to feel sometimes instead of just feeling it? Can you just feel it? Can you let yourself just feel it? That's really the question. And as we move into Gemini season, you know, we're going to have so much going on coming up shortly, right? Mercury's going retrograde, Saturn's going retrograde. We have a really crazy T-square. Yeah, well, I'll tell you about when we get there. But so this is really the time to contemplate what you believe your wings are going to look like, right? When you come out of that chrysalis and you dry off, what are your wings going to look like? Do you know? Do you just trust them, right? We just trust what those wings are going to look like. It's all over it. It's all over this week, right? Knowing that where you're going is getting you there in perfect time. And that no matter how long you've had to wait, right? It's all divinely guided. And that's all that's required is your presence and your faith, right? And your willingness to move out of your own prison of your beliefs. It's about discernment and trust and faith. That's how you win. That's how we get our victory. That's how it happens, right? That's how we get here. It's all a journey of faith. It's all a journey of faith. All of it. Anyway, big week, guys. It's a big week. Every week is a big week, right? Every day is a big day. Every moment's a big moment. So enjoy the odyssey of this week and be fearless spelunkers of your own soul. Really, really, really feel those magic wands in your hands and feel the power of your own abracadabra. I feel, therefore I am, right? We shall talk. We shall talk about the new moon. We shall talk about Jupiter moving into Pisces. Yeah, so until next time, big blessings. Thanks.